To the wonderful Della Reynolds.
Yeah, thank you. Right, I'll just show you my pyjamas. Yeah, so I'm Della Reynolds, no connection with the great train robbery, just and I'm going to tell you about how I became the poet in pyjamas. So I'm going to take you back to Valentine's Day. This is about 9 years ago now. And I'm sitting in the corner of Café Rouge with my husband. And he's been acting a little bit strangely, a bit odd. So I lean across, we're waiting for the French onion soup to come. And I said, "Oh, come on, what's the matter? What's up with you?" And this is what he said. Yeah, honestly, he did. Those exact words. "I need some space to find myself," he said. So I said, the only thing you can in that situation. "So you found someone else?" Well, it seemed pretty obvious to me. To which he went, "Oh, no. So that was on a Wednesday, I think, and by the weekend he'd gone. So, and we never really had the discussion. Right? I never really found out. It was a second marriage for both of us. I met him as I turned 50, and he was 3 years older than me, and I'd just turned 60 at this point. So we'd been together about 10 years and married for 5. So, yeah, he was gone. So I was left with all these questions. Who, where, and why? So I did what anyone in my situation would do. And I Googled, because I knew it was all on his phone, the texts, when they first met, where she lives, everything. But anyway, just to reassure you, Google won't actually tell you how to hack a phone. But it turns out I didn't need to. Because a little bit later, this happened. It's my computer. So when he moved into my house with me, he didn't have a computer, so he shared my computer, and he put Dropbox on it, his account, and told my computer to remember the password. How nice was that? So every time he put something in his Dropbox, I'd get this little ping ping. So I thought, I'll have a little look. And this is what I saw. So this is less than a month after he's left me, not that he's met someone else, but here he is living in North London, putting in for his freedom pass. So now I know where he is, don't I? And then a little bit later, another one. So well, I did have a little peek, as you would, and there's the two of them on holiday. At the beach. So now I can see her. And would you like to have a look? Shouldn't really tell, but keep it to yourselves. Okay. Yeah, I'm not that mean. I couldn't actually put him up. But obviously I saw the real deal, didn't I? I saw who it was. And so now I was getting more information by the day without even hacking his phone. And he knew nothing about it. So now I knew where he was and I knew who he was with, but I still didn't know why. And the why is a tricky one, because the why is really where you say, why wasn't I enough? That's the why, isn't it? But as he wasn't there, I simply blamed him. So, and I did that in a series of poems, because these questions just kept going round and round. So in the end, I wrote them down. And this was the first one of the early ones I wrote. And the reason that I couldn't answer the questions was because he wasn't the most honest of people. So, nothing but the truth. The truth was sadly absent when you said your last goodbyes. It hadn't been invited, so in its place came lies. You sprung it on me quickly, there was just so much to say, like, why were you unhappy? But the lies got in the way. You said, and I'm not joking, that you needed to find space, that no one else was waiting, but the signs were on your face. You raised your palms outstretched as if about to pray, to show that you were genuine, but the lies got in the way. I thought we were contented that we could muddle through and be there for each other as we had vowed to do. But all of that was changing and the light had gone to grey. I tried to understand it, but the lies got in the way. We should have talked it over while we shared a good strong brew, decided as a couple what was best for me and you. But it was either lies or silence as we wasted that last day. We should have shared our feelings, but the lies got in the way. The most important question which I carried in my heart was, did you ever love me? Not now, but at the start. Was our marriage built on true love, or was it built on clay? Was it just a drama masterclass? But the lies got in the way. Then finally I asked you the last time that we met. You signed the divorce papers, but it wasn't over yet. I asked the burning question, the one I had to say. Why did we get married? Would the lies get in the way? Without a thought you answered, you must have been off guard, for the truth sprung out into the room and hit me really hard. You said your boss, a Christian, pushed you to your wedding day, that we married just to please him. Now the lies were stripped away. And just for once I wished you had the wit to know the time to tell the truth and the time to let it go. Yeah, so that's quite sad, isn't it? But he was, oh, thank you. He was a manager of a coffee shop that was a church outreach. So, you know, being attached to the church, they obviously wanted us to be married. And I got a little ping ping and found that they'd sacked him. Nothing to do with me. I didn't say a word. So, so it was all coming into my inbox every day. Anyway, the more I thought about it, the more I thought that, you know, perhaps things just have a natural ebb and flow. We'd been together 10 years, maybe it was just ending and I hadn't realised that and he had. So I managed to get all of my whole relationship into a single poem and I called it The Bed. This is safe, don't worry. It's not X-rated. So here's the beginning. The bed was ours, half yours, half mine. You had the lamp, but that was fine. On winter nights, you kept me warm, snuggled up against the storm. You'd reach your hand out in the night just to check I was all right. And when the morning broke the spell, I'd breathe you in, absorb your smell. Oh, isn't it lovely? Bit later on. On clumsy nights when you got in, you scratched your toenail down my shin. And then intrude into my space with rhythmic snoring in my face. You sprawled across me, legs apart, you scratched your arse, let out a fart. Before we knew, each night we found the bed became a battleground. And now you've gone. The bed is mine. I have the lamp, and that is fine. It took me months before I tried to roll across onto your side, and many more till I was able to put my drink on your side table, or save the walk around the bed, get in and out your side instead. I needed time to readjust to being me, no longer us. Oh, thank you. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, she hasn't said anything about these bloody pyjamas yet, has she? Right, here's the pyjamas. Where did the pyjamas come in? So this is me doing an early performance wearing my pyjamas. Now, when we were married, my husband wouldn't let me wear pyjamas because he used to say, no, Della, you'll be letting yourself go. I don't want you to be letting yourself go. I couldn't have any pyjamas until he let himself go. And then, of course, I got loads of pyjamas. And I thought about that, this whole letting yourself go thing. And I decided that he was a bit of a Peter Pan character. He wanted to stay young forever. And whereas I was happy to embrace it, just bring it on, elasticated trousers, perfect, So I wrote this poem called, here we go, Neverland. This is about two of us. And bear in mind, the whole 10 years we were together, I was in my 50s. So a lot goes on for a woman in their 50s. You were Peter Pan, and I was your Wendy, and we would fly to Neverland, forever young and trendy. You put a ring on my finger, and off we flew together to keep our promise and stay the same forever. But pretty soon the fairy dust of love was not enough. My body started changing, and you found it pretty tough. My bouts of cystitis interrupted the passion, and you were unhappy that your pleasures were on ration. And then my hot flushes made it difficult to fly. I couldn't keep up with you, no matter how I tried. My elasticated trousers upset your equilibrium. You told me not to ever leave the house in them. And when I wanted PJs for comfort in the night, you put your foot down and said it wasn't right. All this comfort dressing was just me letting go. Where were my skinny jeans, you wanted to know? Invasive arthritis buggered up my knee, made me walk with stiffness like I was 93. As I coped with those hot flushes, arthritis in my bones, a fading libido, a love of staying home, you took off to the stars and left me far behind. I found a brand new Wendy, the eternal youthful kind. During our time together, 10 years or more had gone. I'm sorry I got older and spoiled all the fun. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was that. I have no idea how old she is, so she could be older than me. Anyway, then I thought, I've written a lot of poems about him, basically blaming him for everything. And it made me feel a lot better. And then I thought, well, come on, write something nice about him, because it wasn't all bad. 10 years. So I remembered that he used to clean my glasses. So in a very loving way. So I wrote this poem called Hindsight. You used to clean my glasses. You'd roll your eyes up to the sky in mock horror, then take them from my face and rub them with your handkerchief, breathe warm air onto both lenses, polish and check by holding them up to the light before returning them with a smile. That single act convinced me that you loved me with a love that would live beyond passion. But when the passion faded, you put your handkerchief away and moved on. These days there is no one to clean my glasses, yet I can see more clearly now. Had to get a little dig in, didn't I? Right. So and then I thought, well, what would it look like when I've let myself go? So I decided I'd look a bit like this. I've had 9 years of letting myself go. So this is the last one, and I put them all together in this book and use this as my cover. And that's my ginger cat, Oscar, and my mum's cat, Sooty, both over the Rainbow Bridge now. But they were good companions when I was on my own in my pyjamas. Right, here we go with Letting Go. I can wear big knickers, double gusset, VPL. Those skimpy thongs can just go to hell. I can't be bothered to do the washing up till great towers topple or I need a clean cup. When the cats spread their litter on the floor everywhere, I just put on my tap shoes and dance like Fred Astaire. I can cook, don't cook. I can clean, don't clean. I can slob, don't slob. Know what I mean? I can state my opinion without your dominion. Don't need your permission to let myself go. I can stay in my PJs all day if I like. cut my hair short and dress like a dyke. I can leave my legs hairy. My sister said it was fine to use that word, by the way. I can leave my legs hairy, my toenails all scratchy, grow my pubic hair all bushy and thatchy. Love that bit. What was your problem with just letting go? It feels bloody marvellous, I'll have you know. No behaviour, no one pulls at my strings. A woman alone is a wondrous thing. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Fantastic, fantastic. Della Reynolds, wasn't that great? There we are, yes. The poet in pyjamas. Love it. Thank you very much.